Hi, I'm Dick Eydt with Bites by Eydt. We cater to an elite clientele along the eastern seaboard, from Manhattan to Greenwich, Nantucket, down to Florida, to Boca Raton, to Vero Beach, and we're based in Atlanta, Georgia. Today we're going to cook some exceptional food items that you would find in a restaurant, but they're easy to make and you can make them for your family and your guests. What we're making are food favorites, what our clients like the most, and I'll show you how to do it. It'll be easy and you'll enjoy it. So let's get started. Okay, so let's do two more of our fan favorites. We'll do flatbreads. Everyone's had a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. Let's do a bacon, lettuce, and tomato flatbread. And then we'll move on to a vegetarian flatbread. So we have for meat, and then we have for the vegetarians. So we'll start with the BLT. We use extra thick bacon, and we cook that on parchment paper for 30 minutes or so until it becomes nice and crispy. And then we will add the tomato on top of that, put it in the oven, and when it comes out, we will dress it with iceberg lettuce and mayonnaise, a little salt and pepper. It's a little bit of a messy item, but it sure is good. So let's get started. So we will go with the first flatbread. We'll add a little bit of sauce to it. It can be any kind of tomato sauce, but you just want a light coating of the sauce. It prevents the dough from rising up too much. And then a little bit of shredded mozzarella, low moisture shredded mozzarella. When we make these, there is no crust. We take everything out to the very edges. So now we have a nice, simple flatbread that's been rolled out with the tomato sauce and the shredded mozzarella. We'll put that in the oven, and then when we take it out, add the bacon to it, crisp it up, and we'll be ready to dress it with the lettuce. Okay, so here we go. Again, we'll use the baking steel. It's set at 450 degrees. You can hear that sizzle. And that is really going to make the crust quite nice. We'll cook it about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, we'll see it. And we're ready for the next step. Let's cut the tomatoes. I take off the edges, and I don't make the tomatoes too skinny, probably at least 1/4 of an inch thick. So when you bite down on the pizza, you can really taste the tomato, you can taste the bacon, and of course the lettuce. These are Roma tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomatoes that you want. The more flavorful, the better. Beef steaks are great. So now we have the tomatoes we'll put on there. Next we'll go with the lettuce. And the lettuce, we're going to cut it and then mix it in a nice mayonnaise. This is a mayonnaise made with avocado oil, which I think is nice to have. It's a little bit different. And we'll spoon a little bit of that on there. And there you go. We'll wait for the pizza to cook, like I said, 5-7 minutes, and then we'll start with the next step. Okay, so the BLT flatbread's been in the oven, the dough's been cooked, we're going to take it out, and then we'll add the tomato and the bacon to it, and let that cook another 3 to 4 minutes. So here we go. Again, the reason that my clients love this so much is that when we do catering for them, we bring all the equipment. We bring the plates, the glasses, the silverware, the napkins, the Riedel wine glasses, the Williams-Sonoma equipment, and we prepare all the food on site cook it, serve it, and we clean up. So our clients don't have to do any work at all except for write the check. So here we go. We'll put on the tomatoes. I mean, look at the brownness. That is just a gorgeous color. Okay. And again, we go all the way out to the edges. We don't skip on anything. A little overlap. And now with the bacon. Again, this is extra thick bacon. This is apple smoked bacon. And it's quite tasty. And you can never have too much bacon. And if you can see the fat from when I cooked it on the parchment paper's in there, and then that fat is just going to drizzle and ooze into the tomatoes, into the pizza, and just give it that much more flavor. So I think that's a pretty good shape there. That's enough. Maybe I'll put one more piece on there. Why not, right? Okay, we're good to go. Put that back in the oven. This will crisp up nicely. And then we'll be ready to dress it. So when we dress it, iceberg lettuce, I typically keep the iceberg lettuce in the refrigerator as long as possible. So it's cold, it's crunchy, and then after that, I add the mayonnaise to it, a little bit of salt and pepper. Break these up. You can shred it if you want to, but I sort of like the whole pieces because I'll put a whole piece on each of the small little bites. Okay, a little bit of mayonnaise. Again, there's the avocado mayonnaise, which I like. I think it has good flavor to it. We'll mix this around. Add a little salt and pepper. Helicopter with the salt. Helicopter with the pepper. Move it around. And there you go. Mix it up one more time. And now this is ready to go. So the bacon and the tomato will take a couple of minutes to heat up. The bacon's already been cooked. So all I want to do is get up to temperature, a little bit crispier. I don't want the tomatoes to be mushy. That's why I put them in at the second stage. If you wanted to, when you make it, you could put the tomatoes on and the bacon on the first time. But I really like a nice crispy, crunchy crust. And so that's why I cook it twice. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look and see how we're doing. I don't think it's gonna be ready yet, but we'll give it a look-see. Never hurts to look. You can hear it sizzling. And I think I'll give it 2 more minutes. And then we'll take it out. The bacon's crispy up nicely, and we'll wait for the tomatoes to cook a little bit more. We'll do a little cleanup. I always clean as I go when I'm catering. It's important because you're working with a finite space, and it's a lot of dishes. So whenever you get a chance, a downtime, you clean, you organize, you clean, you organize, you cook, you clean, you organize. It makes it easier and less stressful for everybody. Okay, so the second pizza and flatbread that we're gonna do is a vegetable pizza. We're gonna do zucchini, squash, red peppers. From the last show, we did some caramelized red onions, and we're gonna use those. And we'll add that to the vegetable pizza. So we'll roast those on the stovetop, and then we'll stick it in the oven while this bacon and tomato is crisping up. I cut off the ends on it, and then I typically just cut this into 3 pieces. Ideally, I'd like to cook this on a grill, on a flat top gas grill, to give it some good caramelization, to crisp it up so it's nice and crispy. I do find that if I roast it in the oven completely, they get a little bit soggy. We have that, our peppers, and we'll cook this on the stovetop, get a nice little sear to it, and then we'll add, we'll plop it in the oven. So again, we're using the Calavito extra virgin olive oil. We'll heat that up, we'll put the vegetables on. I always salt and pepper my vegetables. There we go. A little bit of pepper. Oil's heating up nicely. And let's put these on. I'll cook them for about 3-4 minutes. Flip it over, cook another 3-4 minutes, and put it in the oven. So you can hear it sizzle. That's all the vegetables we'll need. I'll come back with a little bit more seasoning on it. And pepper. The other way you can go when I do my roasted vegetables or grilled vegetables, I'll take them, put them in a pan, put the extra virgin olive oil, sea salt and pepper, mix it all around, and then put it on the grill. So everything is seasoned, everything is oiled, it makes it quite easy. And those vegetables I use as side courses, I use it in salads. You can also save the leftovers for the next day to make into a salad, to put into an omelet, a stir fry of egg whites. It's quite versatile, it's healthy, and it's a great way to go. Let's check on these. I can hear the sizzle. So it's already starting to turn a little brown. I look at the edges of these, and again, it won't take that much longer, just a couple of minutes. I'll check on the pizza. I'm gonna take that out because that's ready to go. Multitasking here is very important. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see the bubbliness of that. We'll let that rest for a bit, and we have the vegetables going. I think the vegetables are ready to flip over. Yep, you can see a little brownness there, a little caramelization. That extra virgin olive oil really makes a big difference in the flavoring of it. I have tried it with just canola oil or a light olive oil. It's the extra virgin olive oil gives it that much flavor, and it's important to use a good quality oil. Here we go. Okay, the vegetables have been roasting on the stovetop, and they look quite delish. You can see the nice coloring that we have on that. Okay, the squash look fantastic. And then we'll pull the zucchini off. And there we go. Okay. Let's take a snoop down and take a look at the flatbread, see how that's doing. It's getting there, another couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while we're doing this, I'll dress the BLT with the L. And then I'll come out and put on the vegetables on the vegetable pizza. So again, you make it nice and thick, so it's nice and messy, but it's quite yummy. The mayonnaise will melt, mix in with the bacon that's in there and the tomato. There's nothing like tomato and mayonnaise, right? Add a little bacon to it, it's even that much better. And then this is ready to be cut and plated. Let's take out the other flatbread. Oh yeah, that's nice. That looks great there. Okay. Grab the vegetables. And we can put the vegetables on. You can do this anyway, but I typically like to mix it up, alternate between the vegetables. I do it sideways so it covers more area. And then with this, just a little bit of the pepper. And then I come back over with more of the zucchini and the squash in the middle. Okay. And then we also have these caramelized red onions. That will add a little bit of a kick to it. And you know, a lot of my clients for the catering, not all of them, but a fair number are vegetarian. A lot of them have special needs for no dairy. A lot of them are vegan. Okay, the flatbreads are out of the oven, and now we're going to cut it and plate it. You'll hear the crispiness of these. Nice crunch to it. It's just packed with flavor, packed with ingredients. Like I said, it's a little bit messy, but you know, you have to have a little mess if you're going to enjoy some food. So we'll do one more cut. There we go. And that one's good to go. Now we'll do the vegetable. And again, you'll hear a nice crunch to it. We have the peppers, zucchini, the squash, and the caramelized onions. And the last thing I'll do on this is I'll put a little bit of goat cheese on there, which will bring out some nice flavor to it, the goat. And one more. Now the goat cheese goes so well when it looks nice, but if you're doing this as a hors d'oeuvre, then what's nice about it is with a little bit of red wine, goat cheese and red wine are just a super hit. They are made for each other. The last thing is I'll do is with the balsamic glaze, put a little dash of balsamic glaze on top of this one. And there you go. Vegetable pizzas, flatbreads, BLTs, and it's super yummy. So that's what we did. Again, I want to thank my sponsors, Calavito Olive Oil. I also want to thank our Rugged Road cases there. Mention Chef Dick, get 10% off. And don't forget our stones, our steels, baking steel out of Boston. They are phenomenal. So, last thing I want to do is I want to do a shout out to my brother for picking me up from the airport from coming from Atlanta, my sister-in-law for housing me, feeding me last night, and giving me some of the equipment, Lisa. So thanks to Bill and Lisa Eydt for making this a successful day. Thank you.